I just want to say, again, you guys all know and heard because it's spreading like wildfire. Because again, the passing of Dolly Parton, a good country singer, good actor, a good person that definitely left a good mark on this world and a mark, wherever she went. She was a very giving and loving person, a heart of gold, and unfortunately, she passed today at the age of 80, and very sad, very heartbreaking. But it's ridiculous which is not a surprise. I mean, at the end of the day, look, it is what it is. I mean, people that choose to be this way, when it's your time, where you stand. People that think it's funny to celebrate or make fun of someone's death. I don't care, you know what I mean? Whether you are a fan or not, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not funny. You're not being funny. You're the only one that's laughing. And Michael Taylor, like, honestly, dude, really? That you gotta celebrate a death and act like it's funny and a joke, okay? It's nothing but a joke to you. And you can come at me all you want, but at least I'm not a sick, twisted, evil, heartless person. And and celebrate people's death and think it's funny and a joke. And it's just like anything else. Seriously, if you got nothing pleasant to say, honestly, why do you waste the time? Why do you seriously waste the time? You know, like celebrating somebody's death. Like, I don't care if whether you were a fan or not. It doesn't matter. It's not funny. It's not a joke. You're the only one that's laughing because like what dude. Like, seriously, you know. I mean, and it's not like I have not seen this before where people celebrate someone's death and think it's nothing but a joke and they make a mockery of it. Like, because, again, to people like that and like you do. You just, until like, how would you like it if somebody you truly was very close to and love passed away? And how would you like people doing it to you and celebrating and mocking? Don't put on the tough guy act and say it wouldn't bother you, because no, I guarantee you it would bug you. I guarantee you it would anger you even a bit. I'm sure. Don't feed the tough guy and let your greedy and pride get the better of you, because you're not gonna fool nobody. Because I guarantee you wouldn't appreciate it. So at the end of the day, like I said, all of you out there, like I said, that you think it's so cute and funny to celebrate a death of somebody and make a mockery of it, and you play it as it's nothing but a joke, whatever. I mean, like I said, you know where you stand, but again, it's not funny. It's not cute. You're not, like I said, you know, at the end of the day, you're the only one that's laughing. Like, I'm glad you think it's a joke and funny, and you can make a mockery of it and laugh, but again, like I said, you just never stop and think, if somebody you were personally close to and loved, I guarantee you, no, you wouldn't. Like I said, yes, you will let your pride and greediness get the better of you and say you don't care, wouldn't bother you, but I guarantee you, if people made a mockery and this and that, I guarantee you would. So, like I said, and you can come at me for making this video on you. I really don't give a freaking shit. But you know what? Like I said, at least I'm not heartless and this and that and make fun of people's death and think it's funny and make a mockery and celebrate it and laugh at it. At least I'm not that evil and heartless. So you can come at me all you want and go ahead and report the video. You just get mad because, again, somebody. But you know what? At the end of the day, maybe think twice then. Like I said, it don't matter if whether you are a fan of that person or liked or whatever, but you know, you thinking it's just nothing but a joke, you know, yeah. So, like I said, when I seen that post of Jeffrey made, yeah, it's like I said, people like that, you know where they stand when, but hey, again, It's just, like I said, ridiculous, man. That, I mean, like I said, I've seen it before. Trust me, I've seen stuff like this before where people do. And like I said, it'll come back to haunt them. You know, people that choose to make mockeries and jokes about someone's death and celebrate it and be all happy about it and act all, it will. You know, it does. It will. It'll come back to haunt them. So that's why, you just don't let it, no concern because or even worry about it. So, but anyway, I just wanted to say that. Like I said, Michael Taylor, you could come all you want and report. Like I said, you're like a lot. You get mad when somebody talks about you, but I don't care, man. Like I said, at least I'm not heartless and evil and celebrate death. I don't celebrate someone's death and make a mockery of it and laugh at it and be like, oh, yeah, at least, no, at least I'm not that, so again, yeah, man, all you want.